All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Saiki K, Season 1, Episode 6. How is it that we're only going to be starting the 6th episode right now?
It feels like we've watched like 30 mini episodes.
Yep, I mean, because we have, right?
Yeah, basically.
But that's a wonderful feeling because I feel like with comedy in particular in anime, there's just never enough of it, right? You start a show and you're like, man, this is good shit.
Yep.
And then it's over. And you're like, wait, what happened?
Season 1?
Right.
Why is there no Season 3?
Yep.
Or no,
and,
what?
And the thing
Why?
is, with this pace, I would be satisfied even if it had just been the one core for this show. But no, we've got 2 seasons of this, and we're not even like how far are we into this one? Like a quarter of the way through?
I have no idea.
Yeah. So
there's a lot, basically.
There's a lot, so it's like, hell yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
More antics, more crazy shenanigans. Yes.
All the characters just having their shticks over and over and over again. Nendo, you blessed himbo.
Beautiful bastard.
I love you so much.
Yep.
Get everything up in here. So yeah, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. All right, everyone, now be sure to go check out the reaction portion of the video in the description below, then come back here for the discussion.
Judgment lights up.
All
Okay.
right, that was just
Another
so
wonderful
fun.
episode.
These episodes do not miss. They do not miss at all.
They really don't.
I'm a big fan of how much they go and re-emphasize certain aspects of the characters that are part of the main cast to make their shticks feel more believable by putting them into different situations than what we've seen before.
Add water and mix, yeah.
Yep, exactly. So Nendo, of course, stealing the show again this episode, but by far just one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, I feel like we're just so hard biased on Nendo that
But not only that, Teruhashi, with having to go through that whole ordeal, and because she's so dedicated to this shtick, to this bit basically, she must be consistent no matter what, despite the fact that the others are basically being like, no, actually,
it's totally fine.
You don't have to do this here.
She's like, no, I must be perfect.
It ended up working all the way back around to where Saiki actually ended up respecting her because of how dedicated she was to this, because he's like, oh, wow.
You're being serious with the hustle. Okay.
Yeah, I'm impressed. Good on you. So it's actually working, Teruhashi.
Right.
You're actually going to get what you want, maybe. Eventually. Long time from now. Who knows? We'll see. But that's its own thing. Oh my God.
It's one of those things where, I don't know if it's just this episode, but I feel like it's also something that, like, just in general with these episodes where I have such a hard time figuring out what skit is my favorite. Because there's a lot of them, right? There'll be like 4 or 5 per episode, so there's lots of options to choose from, but they're all so solid. Like with this one, there's this part of me that's like, oh, the pudding one, that was totally the best. But then I'm like, well, wait, no, how could I say that, right? The Teruhashi one was the best. No, wait, the cosmic coincidence, keep all the different butterfly effect things from happening. That one was the best. They're all so good.
They're all so good. I loved the fortune teller one, specifically as a Shun Kaido, and the way in which Saiki is actually reinforcing the idea of this super secret dark organization that is actually involved with things here, that is reinforcing his own chuny behavior.
Yep.
And it's all Saiki. It's all him doing this. So even this time where he tries to help him not get scammed basically by this woman, it ends up then being a thing where it confirms even more so the way in which she was totally feeding into his chuny behavior, because he'd rather his chuny behavior continue, but him not have to spend 30,000 yen on some stupid necklace.
And even
he
beyond
actually gets
that,
it just for free.
It wasn't even that he wanted to, save him the money. It's that he didn't want him to use the necklace and then suddenly have this expectation that he was going to become best buds with Saiki. He's like, that sounds exhausting, right?
Yeah.
Now it turns out he inadvertently ended up, even because freaking Nendo just suddenly appears, he ends up thinking that actually, no, the necklace does work, and I got it for free, and maybe Dark Reunion is doing some stuff. But Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Saiki is
Fantastic.
the instrument of his own demise in almost every single instance here.
Oh,
and yet
God.
He's the protagonist.
And then there was the whole skit with Reita. I totally forgot about that.
With the wholesome ghosts.
With the wholesome ghosts. I love that. I love that so much. It's something that I've wanted to see more of just like, oh yeah, no, they're just regular people that are like, yeah, we're just chilling as ghosts. Oh, sure, we'll help you. Yeah, they're doing, here's some info that, might be helpful for you. Oh, look at someone's panties? No, we're not going to do that. No, that's
standards.
private stuff. Yeah, exactly.
But then I found someone, I'm going to out them. Same person ends up being their guardian spirit. He's like, I beg of you, let this slide just this once. And he's like, no. And just walks right through them. Please, I'll do anything. Anything.
Yep. And they tempt him for a bit. But no, he stays strong. Turns out, though, because he hesitated.
No, not just because he hesitated, because he's talking out loud right next to the room that he just went in, which I am so glad that this was the joke. There's so many times when stories will have characters freeze time and think for like 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, no, actually, like, too much time happened and then they left. Or they whisper, but literally the person's like right there, and it's like they should hear what they're saying. But because it's a story in a visual medium, and it's tricky to express it in such a way that would actually be quiet enough where they wouldn't hear it. But
he's just talking outside the room.
Yep.
So yeah, of course the guy inside is going to
sets
hear
it down and yeets himself out the window.
And there you go. Then you walk in, and oh yeah, that freak out that you had, of course the girls are going to remember that.
Yep.
Because, this isn't just one of those things where it's like, oh, you can have something be a gag and not have it come up later. No, of course it will.
Yep.
So then, hey, you end up taking the fall, and the guy's very thankful. And as a result, you end up getting
what you wanted.
What you wanted of the color of the panties.
Yep. Oh,
okay.
So good. So good. Also, the idea that Saiki is not like some kind of superhero god or what have you that saves, people just because he can. He only saves people from things if it's going to directly affect Saiki. So he has saved humanity multiple times by redirecting asteroids, stopping world-ending volcanoes from erupting.
He keeps all his stuff on this planet, so it would be a shame if something happened to it.
This planet has really good pudding. So,
that's right.
You know what?
Yep.
We keep this planet spinning and flowing and moving and grooving just fine.
Thank
you. Mm-hmm. Yes,
but
indeed.
all the ridiculous different things that were set up of because okay, on the one hand, there's all right, yeah, reality is stranger than fiction. Sure, at some point there's butterfly effect stuff or whatever.
Sure.
But
absolutely.
on the other hand, how much of it is just that because of all of the weirdness that he's made normal, right? Coincidences like this end up happening more because people just expect wackier things, right?
So in the whole, kind of influence of the human neural
human
network,
consciousness or whatever.
It's more likely to happen because people expect it to happen. So little things like that do end up happening, not necessarily in a way that they would any more so, but they end up getting observed more often because maybe people want to see them.
Sure.
Who knows?
Yeah.
We could get into that.
Who knows?
We'll see.
But and then also just sort of like some of the it felt kind of like there were some meta gags too with the whole thing of yes, the girl is rushing to school, she trips on a stone, and then as a result of that, she just falls into a position that gives like a full view of her butt or something, her panties or whatever, right? She was wearing a mini skirt on a winter day, right? Like those kinds of things where it's like, yes, bringing up the anime logic of right, that's totally a thing that would happen. All those times that the anime girls somehow stumble and fall and then just stay in this position for 10 seconds.
For more than 0.2 seconds.
Right, exactly. It's just oh yes, that's definitely a normal thing that would happen in the real world. Yeah.
So funny. Yeah, but I just love that all along, all throughout this, Saiki K as a character.
Yep.
He's just a treasure.
Oh, yeah.
He's just a joy. He's a vibe. He's a mood.
Because let's be real.
I love following his story,
If you did have phenomenal cosmic powers, you would need to set up some personal boundaries for your own mental health, Otherwise, you would get into that rabbit hole of, Superman needing to save everybody or whatever. It's like, no. I will live my life, and I will do the things that are easy with minimal effort that would affect me.
Yep.
And that's that, Other than
I'll,
that,
I'll find a way to live with that.
Yep, exactly, right? I love that even with the whole thing of the kerosene spilling out and all that stuff, he doesn't stop the kerosene tanks from getting knocked over. No, he just catches the sparks so that way they don't ignite.
They can
right?
all clean up their dumb little thing that they set up here.
Exactly, right? Because he is literally going to stop nothing but the disastrous event that will have an effect on his life.
Right, which is actually kind of interesting because you could theoretically end up seeing a little bit of a boom in terms of population growth because of Saiki being in the environment. It'd be just less
all these
dramatic
being averted,
less cataclysmic events in general. You know,
it's possible.
Not necessarily world-altering things, but like nation-altering things.
Sure. Well,
where it's like there's going to be an earthquake. Like Japan gets a ton of earthquakes.
That's
and
true.
what if Japan just stops having any earthquakes above a 3 on the Richter scale?
Somehow it ends up being something where it's like, oh yeah, the actual the real estate in like a 30-mile radius around Saiki ends up getting more valuable because it just ends up being less prone to
less
acts of
shit
God,
happens.
you know,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, and they're just like, yeah, these.
I don't know what it is, but this is a blessed area.
Yep, it's a pretty safe neighborhood, you know, and like people look at it, it's like, yeah, it's weird. There's these earthquakes that'll hit like this whole area over here, but like this one radius, there's just nothing that goes wrong really over here. Yeah.
Who knows? But yeah, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.